From a kangaroo interrupting a soccer game before lying down peacefully in front of the goal, to a driver washing her SUV with a gas pump, discovered today the video sequences that nobody would have believed if they had not been filmed. In Australia, the game of football has new followers a little bit special. Indeed, during a match of the first female division between the clubs of Balkan United and Canberra Football Club, an event as surprising as unexpected had to interrupt the match for more than 30 minutes. As shown in the images published by the Facebook page NPL Capital Football, a kangaroo invited itself in the middle of the match. It first leaped over the railings and into the soccer field, leaving members of both teams stunned by the intrusion. However, they were not out of their depth, far from it. At halftime, the animal went even further as it decided to lay down peacefully in front of the goals. It is then that some people threw him the ball to kick him out of the field, or to test his reflexes, we don't really know. In any case, we have to admit that the kangaroo was not a bad goalkeeper. Yes, the marsupial even had the luxury of stopping some shots. Afterwards, a trainer, probably tired of the animal's presence, took his vehicle to move it away from the field. This worked, but only for a short time, because before leaving for good, the kangaroo was visibly anxious to offer himself a lap of honor. Finally, after a long and particularly bouncy break, the game could be resumed without any problem. In the Cathedral of St. Paul, the hermit in the city of San Pablo, Philippines, a priest said mass as he does every year on December the 24th, Christmas Eve. But in 2015, this ceremony made the rounds on social networks. The cause? A Filipino priest chose to innovate by moving around the church on a hoverboard. Indeed, as we can see in this video sequence, a priest was balancing on his two-wheeled machine, singing with the microphone in hand and moving quickly between the pews of the faithful, under the applause of the assembly. However, if he did not fall off his skateboard, it nevertheless caused him to fall. The reason? Well, the scene did not make everyone laugh, especially the ecclesiastical authorities. The Diocese of San Pablo announced a few days after the event the suspension of the priest. This is not good. The Eucharist requires the greatest respect and reverence. It is the commemoration of the sacrifice of our Lord, explained the diocese. The Mass, it added, is the highest form of prayer in the Church. It is not a personal celebration where we try to attract attention. Afterwards, the priest in question acknowledged his sin and promised to keep his feet on the ground. Thanks to a video posted on YouTube in June 2015, we can witness an event as incredible as impressive. In a video massively shared on social networks, a basketball player performed a breathtaking move. As we can see, the man, obviously very talented, has launched himself into the air thanks to a trampoline placed near the basket. From then on, we can easily imagine that the basketball player was at great risk of getting hurt, but not at all. Against all expectations, the professional has instead managed to feat of scoring a basket while performing a surprising backflip on the circle, like a member of the Yamakasi gang. Thus, in front of a dunk from nowhere, the basketball player was warmly applauded by his team as by the public. And we understand why. It is not every day that a person scores such an exceptional basket. That's why this video quickly went viral. On YouTube, it accumulates more than 200,000 views. After all, the spectacular moment is enough to leave anyone speechless. Cetaceans do not lack imagination when it comes to elaborating hunting techniques that are as sophisticated as they are fearsome. The proof is in this Bright's whale, also called Eden's whale. Indeed, the filmmaker and wildlife photographer Bertie Gregory captured the amazing track of this marine animal by drone in the Gulf of Thailand. In the video sequence that he shared on social networks, we can see an Eden whale open its mouth wide and simply wait for the fish to get inside. It even seems that some fish, in a panic movement that incites them to join their fellow creatures, jump out of the water to land in the tramp. Then the whale just has to wait patiently for the fish to land in large enough quantities on its huge mouth before filtering its prey. An efficient technique to feed without great effort, but it is not there by chance. According to observers, the sewage in the Gulf of Thailand that is discharged from the land has caused the water to be depleted of oxygen, except at the surface. This means that the whale's prey can only live in the upper layer of the water. It is therefore because of pollution that the Eden whale has developed this extraordinary behavior. It is certain that few people could have imagined that cetaceans could show such intelligence. It is not uncommon to come across people who come to a gas station to wash their car. In addition to gas pumps, car washes, and even pressure washers are often available. But all these means don't seem to satisfy this American woman. She preferred to clean her Toyota SUV with a gas pump. No, you are not dreaming. This woman did use the gas station fuel nozzle to wash her SUV. This is certainly not the most efficient way to clean a vehicle. Indeed, this technique could perfectly damage the bodywork. But this is not the only disadvantage of this method, as it is also more expensive than a traditional car wash and very dangerous. And yet this woman continued to spray her vehicle with gasoline in order to clean it. A surreal scene that finally pushed witnesses to intervene. Thus, a man went towards the driver to warn her. However, he apparently failed to convince her. Since the strange event, this video sequence has obviously become viral on social networks. Some internet users have, however, assured that the woman was actually cleaning her car not with gasoline but with water, while others claim that this is just a prank. So, what is it really? We don't know. In any case, many hope that she had not ventured to use a real gasoline gun. If the dog is known since the dawn of time to be the best friend of man, it is the same for some cats. You doubt it? Then watch this amazing video sequence. The image is filmed in Yakutia, a Russian autonomous republic located in the northwest of Siberia. We see a cat called Vasya facing a brown bear. Indeed, a family was walking quietly on a path with their pet when a bear suddenly appeared, probably looking for food. In front of such situation, the cat did not let himself impressed by the size of the ursid. He even decided to defend his masters against the mammal during long minutes. Moreover, as surprising as it may seem, the bear found Vasya to be a worthy opponent. And for a good reason. The feline stayed close to the bear, determined to chase it out of its territory. This is very surprising. The more the ursid tried to approach the cat, the more the cat did not move a hair. Finally, Vasya, who had throughout his encounter with the bear, his back arched and his hair bristled, managed to chase the bear away. In the meantime, Vasya's owner filmed the scene, which was soon widely reported on the internet. In 2017, during the GT race on the Macau circuit, a race known for its narrow and winding, difficult and dangerous route, an accident involving no less than 16 cars occurred. How did it happen? Well, it was the Spanish driver Daniel Juncadella who was at the origin of this huge pileup. In the corner, he hit the safety rail, but if his first chaser was able to pass despite the narrowness of the track, all the drivers who were behind him crashed into each other. After all, they had almost no chance of avoiding the impact. Fortunately, they were driving at a fairly low speed. As a result, while this cascading collision was spectacular, no driver was injured, which is pretty good news. On the other hand, the race resumed only after a half-hour break and with only 8 vehicles. It is certain that this event will be remembered for a long time to come. Moreover, the video sequence of this accident continues to make the tour of the web, leaving most of the internet users surprised, to say the least. On September the 12th, 2020, Matthew Betty was quietly enjoying the nice weather while taking a nap on a deck chair by the family pool, located in Massachusetts in the United States. Unfortunately for him, this peaceful moment was short-lived as an intruder entered his property, and not just any intruder. It was in fact a black bear, just like that. But the animal's only purpose was obviously to drink from the pool, as we can see in this video clip. However, once it had quenched his thirst, the wild animal moved towards the American. Curious, he then cautiously approached to sniff his foot, before patting him with his paw. This was obviously enough to startle Matthew Betty, making the mammal flee at the same time. Following this, the first reflex of this man was to take out his phone to immortalize the bear in his garden. Indeed, his wife, Dawn Betty, who posted on social networks this incredible scene filmed by the surveillance camera, said, "He sent me a picture of a bear running in the garden and wrote that the animal had touched his foot when he was sleeping near the pool. Of course, I thought he was joking." She also said that her husband knows how to deal with this animal. Nevertheless, it seemed he was lucky that the bear ran away when he woke up. After all, these animals can be very dangerous to humans. In August 2014, during the National Games of China held in Tianjin, two women named Shen Qing and Sang Yangyang made an outstanding performance in the wushu duel. Their demonstration even left more than one person speechless, and it is not without reason. During this choreography, one of the two women tried to give very fast and potentially dangerous spear blows to her opponent. This one had to dodge them, and the least we can say is that she succeeded. This gave rise to an amazing video, especially since neither of the two women was injured during this competition. Of course, they finished first with a score of 9.62. As an added bonus, they also received a multitude of compliments from many internet users around the world, who were undoubtedly also fascinated by this incredible performance. During a judo class, several people tried to confront in turn a young woman who apparently seemed to master the art of fighting. But not everything went as planned. Indeed, as soon as they started to confront each other, the woman suddenly lost her jacket because of her opponent, who revealed her chest. Faced with such an embarrassing situation, those who ventured to confront her were naturally both embarrassed and surprised. However, they were not aware that this was just a prank. Yes, the purpose of this course was to trick young men, and we must say that judging from their reaction, it worked. Now it's your turn to tell us in comments which of these video sequences is, according to you, the most surprising. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, to subscribe to the channel, and to activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next videos. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel for a new video.